Relativity is the idea
Mm-hmm.
that time and space aren't fixed. They change depending on how fast you're moving and how close you are to massive objects like stars or black holes. If you're moving super fast, close to the speed of light, time actually slows down. See, this is what you're getting at. For you, compared to someone standing still. Yes, I remember that example. That was always the example. And near something really heavy like a black hole, space bends, which also slows down time.
See, that's what I don't understand that.
Well,
I don't understand how when space bends, it slows time.
why not?
Explain that to me.
Well, I guess I just from a literal point of view, if you have something that bends, then you're making it longer. So there's going to be more time, I guess is how I imagine it.
Are you
in my
saying
head.
because it's not a straight line, because it's curved,
Exactly.
there's more time to
Exactly.
travel? There's more distance to travel at a speed. Damn.
Exactly, yeah.
I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
then even if space was to condense, then that condenses time as well, right? Which is what, this is the whole theory in my head about how the only way we're really going to travel to planets is if you can condense space.
Yeah. But also what this new theory is, exactly what you're saying, but it's instead of traveling from here to here, they bend that.
Right.
They bend that to the shortest point possible.
So which new theory? I've heard this though.
This is what I'm explaining. So I think it's based on the theory of relativity, but instead of traveling a distance, it bends space and time to shorten that distance. Yeah,
that's how we're going to travel through space.
That's the only how we're gonna figure to travel through space.
Yes.
But we're never, bro. You know this.
It's too big. Like there's no other way.
You know
So-
this. I know this.
What?
This will never happen in our lifetime.
Bro,
And
whatever. You can't say that though.
it's sad, guy. Bro, I'm
Why
sad.
sad?
I'm sad that I'll never be able to see humans successfully traveling and inhabiting other planets, or even seeing other planets.
Yeah, but they already announced the aliens and all happened. You know.
Yeah, but they announced them little. You mean like the eggs, the pods?
I can't remember where it was.
I know what you're saying, but we don't know what's behind them. We don't know what's in them.
Right.
Are they I heard a theory that what we're seeing are drones.
Right.
They're conducting their exercises based on something further away, like telling them what to do.
Who's they?
Whatever these drones are.
Okay. Are you going back to the whole drone sighting thing? Because I wasn't really onto that.
Oh, you wasn't onto that?
No, I
Oh,
didn't. I'm like,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, that's fine. But I mean, but hold on, let me finish the paragraph
Yeah,
here.
go ahead. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
So this is the last sentence though. So this is the part like with the black hole, space bends, which slows down time. So time and space aren't universal. Are we rolling? Yes.
We are? All right.
They're relative to where you are and how you're moving. That's the part that kills me. The fact that you're moving. I guess that makes sense if you're, because time
Say that
is
again?
moving.
No, say that again.
So time and space aren't universal. They're relative to where you are and how you're moving. It's basically nature's way of saying perspective matters. That's like ChatGPT is like, you know, that's how you know you're in ChatGPT. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's very confusing.
I see why it has to do with your moving, because time moves. So if you're moving, then then time will change based on your moving, because time is moving too. I never thought about that actually. That's very interesting. That's why when you're traveling at the speed of light, they say time slows down.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it becomes still.
Yeah.
You know, and so and actually this is how I always made the jump to heaven. Because in my head, heaven is you're just moving at such speed that everything is. And that and then it's just at a different level where other things happen but we can't comprehend. So
that's our way of trying to explain it.
what do you mean?
To explain something we don't know.
What? How?
What you just said. Time just is. Or what would you say about heaven?
Like heaven in theory then would be everything is just moving really, really fast, such that there is no time and space.
Oh, okay.
That you're in this sort of eternal. It is. Everything just is.
It's just something that is.
I mean,
okay.
yeah, the words try. I don't know. That's just how I kind of logically made the jump from the time and space argument and the relativity to like what heaven is, where you're like moving. And you know what's funny? I remember actually there is physics that points to this. That
That's weird.
I don't know. I can't
That's
speak
weird.
intelligently about it, but yeah, I remember having this guy in one of our classes talking about that. But yeah. And then like the heavenly creatures always moved very fast or whatever, or like in and out time and space kind of thing, right? They're like just it's quick,
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually blowing my mind right now because legit, I don't know. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I'm trying to tie that to something. I'm trying to tie what you're explaining heaven in your eyes maybe to how people have explained after death experiences.
Why? How does that relate? Because of the light thing?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because they see the white light?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, people have also explained how like they've seen family. People have said, now I don't know if this is all made up, I don't know, but to a point where they've like been given an option by someone to come to go back,
right?
Or to say it's not your time,
right. Yeah,
it's not your time.
Yeah. I remember those stories,
and that just freaks me out because is heaven then just an interpretation of time or what you're saying or speed and time? Like if heaven is what you're saying it is. But heaven is also this person who said, I went to heaven, saw my family, and they were like, we're not ready for you yet. You need to go back home. You know what I mean? It's a different interpretation of heaven, of death.
I mean, but then, yeah, like in the theory that I'm suggesting, if you're moving at such speed that time and space is irrelevant, then and everything just is, you can, in theory, see your relatives, I think. Right? Because the only thing that keeps us from our relatives is time and space. They existed before us.
True.
Right. So if you can transcend that, they're there and we're there. Right?
That's emotional because the first thing I think of, bro, was just like who the first person I would want to see.
Mama Vita or that time?
Uncle Emilio, bro.
Uncle Emilio.
He'd be the first person I would want to see, yo.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's weird.
It is.
Damn, I miss you, Uncle Emilio. What's going on? Yeah,
man. Yeah, exactly. And then there's just that whole tying of the in the Christian version of the community, the earth community. There's the earth, there's the community of people on earth. There's the community of people in purgatory, whatever that is. And how does that play into time and space? And then there's the community of people in heaven. Church triumphant, church suffering, church militant. But it's like they're in different phases.
You know so much more about this stuff than I do, so I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand the references.
Yeah, no worries. But so yeah, man, relativity. So hold on.
Before we go, okay. Ask you a question.
Because
I want to talk about Trump.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. We're going to finish relativity first, bro. Because he's not relative to nothing right now. So
he's relative to everything. What are you talking about?
He is relative. That's true.
He's a special relativity.
Fucking hell.
What does it mean? Okay. E stands for energy. M stands for mass. So E equals mc squared. What does that mean again? Explain this to me like I'm 21.
Yes, please. Or like we're 12.
Maybe. How about let's say 15?
Yeah, say 15. Yeah.
Okay. Einstein's formula E equals mc squared basically says that energy and mass are connected. They're just different forms of the same thing. Okay. Here's how it works. Mass is stuff like you, me, or even a rock. Energy is what makes things happen, like heat, light, or motion. The formula shows that you can turn mass into energy and vice versa. Is that right? So energy equals mc mass. What's C? What the heck is C? The C2 part is the speed of light squared. Which is a huge number. That's why even a tiny bit of mass can create an enormous amount of energy. For example, this is the principle behind nuclear power. A small amount of matter is converted into energy and boom, you get a lot of power. So in simple terms, this equation says mass and energy are two sides of the same coin, and they're way more connected than people used to think. Cool, right? Okay, but why? What does the light have to do with it? Why is light in the equation, and why is it speed of light squared?
I know we gonna show our age here, guy, but that type of question that we would have to find an answer for would likely be an encyclopedia 15, 20 years ago.
That's true, right? That's how crazy that is, right? But that's why I'm saying you don't know that you're not gonna travel, because like
I hear you.
Yeah, bro. Like they say technology moves at the exponential rate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I hear you. Graham's law.
What's that one?
I think exactly what you just said.
Things move exponentially, or at a what's the name of the law? We're just
exponential.
Yeah, but there's another law, man.
No, it's not that. What?
Light is in the equation because it's a universal constant that shows up everywhere in relativity. It's like the speed limit of the universe.
What?
Huh. Because I asked it, okay, mass is energy. We kind of know that, right? Everyone kind of knows that. But why is light evolved in that equation? And it's because it's a universal constant that shows up everywhere in relativity. It's like the speed limit of the universe. It's squared because the relationship between mass and energy is huge. A small amount of mass releases an enormous amount of energy, and squaring the speed of light makes that clear. Does that help? Yep, kind of. No. That's crazy.
The more complex I got, the less I understood it.
But again, what's interesting about this, and what's interesting from the Christian or the Jewish or maybe even Islam point of view, is that light. Who is light? God is light. That's like a quote, right?
Yeah.
And there's heaven is light. They're always like beings of light.
Beings, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a universal constant. Light is a universal constant. So very interesting that it would be so deep. Those religious symbols would be so deeply connected to a universal constant that shows up everywhere in relativity.
That's very true.
Huh. Fun stuff. Can we talk about Trump yet?
Yes, please. I need something to ease my brain, yo.
For real.
This man signed, if I understood what I was listening to on the podcast, one of his political, I'm going to do this, is I'm going to get them to lower the prices. I think that's what the man said. You can probably quote me on that.
No, don't. I won't see that because I know it sounds like something he would say. But go ahead.
This man signed in an executive order that said we need to get them to lower the prices.
Okay, sure.
I think if I understood the podcast, that's what was written.
Okay. So who's them? Who's them? Who's going to be lowering the prices?
This is okay. I would try to explain that, but I don't understand because it's Trump. This man just wrote on a piece of paper, "Get them to lower the prices," and then he fucking signed it.
Yeah. So that sounds.
You know the fucked up part about that is that if prices actually lower, what can he say? I got them to lower the prices.
Okay, sure.
This is what this man is doing. He's playing psychological mind warfare on the United States.
Yeah, but he's not gonna make the prices get lower. So you don't have to worry about that. And they're gonna complain about it in 4 years, and they can kick him out because the prices are even higher.
Okay, hold on.
Than when he was in 4 years earlier.
So do you like Trump?
Do I like Trump?
Do you not like Trump?
I mean, you know what's funny is that even before Trump started, and we just knew Donald Trump from as this guy in New York, whatever. I didn't I never really liked the guy.
Yeah, of course, no one really liked him. No, I hear you.
And now I've come to defend him over time for whatever reason.
But then you just went across him because you know price is not going to lower. He can't do shit.
He can't do it.
He can't do shit.
So that's beside the point.
Whatever he does now will be affected in the next administration. will be felt in in next administration, because there's always that cycle.
They need Tulsi Gabbard to run after Trump to be the first woman president of the United States.
Oh my God.
Yes, bro, that would be perfect.
I gotta take
That's
off my I gotta take off my
really
glasses.
what needs
yeah.
to happen.
No, bro.
Yes, that's
No, bro.
perfect. And then because what happened is we need another 8 years. She needs to continue the Trump legacy for another 4 years after Trump's gone.
But why her?
Why not her? I think she's fine. She's great. She's cool. She's smart.
Isn't it just not coming out that she had like secret meetings with Bashar al-Assad,
Who that is again?
the Syrian guy who just fled to Russia?
Yeah.
Look,
Sure. So what?
yeah, I know.
I'm sure
I'm
they
just
did.
saying, like, why her? You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
I
That's 4
just
years
think,
from now.
in my opinion, the U.S. need fucking chill for like a decade. And what I mean by that is they need to get a straight cut suit lawyer president to just be like, calm the fuck down. Let's chill for a little bit.
No, but that was Obama. That was already
They
done.
need somebody new now, bro. Because Trump was like, hey, just get on the fucking rear horse, whatever, like, on his fucking horse, strap in the
so
U.S.
crazy how
And then they had Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, bro, this man, I am sorry. He might have been okay when he got into office as president, but he had such a sharp decline that he went from like uncle to like granddad. Nah, bro.
I don't agree with all these Democrats that's saying that he had a sharp decline. He was done before he even started. What are talking about?
What I'm trying to say is that he shouldn't have had the fucking job.
Exactly.
He shouldn't have had a job. I'm not
Exactly.
saying Trump won because Trump lost.
I
But
agree.
I'm saying he couldn't. This man, you can't. There's no. Where's the vibrance? Where was the vibrance?
But here's the thing, though. That Biden was exactly what you said you just wanted. Someone calm.
But
to just
yeah.
say the right things.
Yes.
Say everything's cool.
They need to have the
That's what I
cycle.
wanted.
They need to have that cycle again, because what Biden did in his 4 years, we're now just feeling the effects of, i.e., inflation going down, prices slightly going.
No, inflation is slowing down. Like there's no such thing as good.
Inflation is slowing on its increase. It's not increasing as quickly as it was before.
Right, great.
And that's fine.
No,
but
that's not
but
fine.
we're feeling that now
That's
because
not fine.
but it is.
And Trump can't stop it. And
He
you know what's
can't do
funny
shit.
is that I remember before the election, like a couple months before the election, like 6 months before the election, I was kind of hoping that Kamala would win. Because I know that they can't.
Everybody was.
Because I know that.
Even the Trump supporters.
Yeah, you wish. Never.
No, bro. They were like, can we do this again? And then she came out and they were like, yeah, we can do this again.
Yeah, it's funny how.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's funny how Trump's. It's funny how him not getting elected in 2020. Like, people are now doubting. Like, maybe they should have just gotten rid of him. He would have been done now.
But
now they got him for another 4 years, and he dominated the last 4 years, even though he wasn't president, because the Democrats were just trying to arrest him for whatever.
Yeah,
It was too blatant.
They
and
kept
that's why
him
so
relevant.
many people walked away from that. It's just it's too blatant. Yes, there's reasons not to like the guy and for justice to do whatever justice needs to do.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go all crazy about it. Like,
I get you.
it just turned people off. It really turned people off big time.
But realistically, there couldn't be a silent way to do what they were trying to do.
Yes, there could have been. No. There could have
No,
been.
but
There
the
could have
briefs,
been. There
the
could have
briefs that
been.
are filed at the courthouses are public documents. It's only when they're specifically sealed, as I understand it, that you don't know about it.
Which briefs?
Like when the district attorney of New York sued him or charged him criminally. Sorry.
Yeah.
People know about that. Like what I'm saying is that they would just have been a hard time to keep it secret because they're public documents.
I don't know about all that. All I'm saying is that when he beat them in 2016, which by the way, or 2017, whatever it was, I was
16.
horrified as well.
Bro,
What happened is that they should have taken the loss, and they should have like introspected, figure out where they're going, and beat him the next time.
Yeah.
But instead, they started throwing rocks at him, shouting at him, screaming at him.
I see what you're saying.
Sore
I get
losers.
you.
They was just sore losers. I was just
I
like,
get you.
yo, like, you lost. He won.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
But
You know?
but they were also sour winners too, because when they won, they were like, "Yeah, we coming after you now.
Yeah,
We coming."
exactly. So, and that's why I really hope Trump doesn't go after them, because that's what they should have done, not gone after him like that. You know, American people are smart. They would have gone back to the Democrats if the Democrats just chilled out a little bit.
Yeah, focus on themselves instead of focusing on him.
Yeah, they lost focus, bro.
They
That's really what it
made
is.
him stronger by action.
Yeah.
They could have just chilled out still. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it all that energy made him stronger.
They overthought the process. Yeah, they didn't think about everything down the line.
Yeah, it's
where that came from.
Yeah, is that your version of a Trump supporter?
I went from Democrat to redneck.
I feel like the Democrats are the new rednecks, though. Right?
Well, aren't the lines becoming clearer or more opaque?
What lines? What do you mean?
The political lines. Like, okay, are they shifting? Because remember,
Yes.
are they shifting again? Because like Lincoln was Republican.
Right. Exactly.
Many people thought he was a Democrat, but he wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because he acted then how Democrats act now.
Yeah.
It's like justice for all.
Yeah,
right?
and
for the minorities, those who are suffering.
Is that correct? He was Republican?
Yes, he was.
He was Republican?
Yes, it shifted.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
Please tell me that.
Lincoln was a Republican. Yes, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. He was the first Republican president of the United States.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So now Trump bringing that back. He's bringing the party back to a more liberal. I feel like he's liberalizing the Republican Party, and he's conservatized the Democrat Party because they're very conservative. And I find the Democrats to be very conservative now.
Can you prompt it to tell you what was a Republican in the days of Abraham Lincoln? Or a better way of saying that.
That's good enough, bro. It was a progressive anti-slavery party.
Look at the first lines.
It was the Republican Party was very different from what we think of today.
That.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel now it's going back to that now.
But is it too much now? Is it too hardcore?
What is? I think people feel that it's hardcore because Trump is just weird or whatever. But I think it's
you know what I think of? Like, no, I'll never know, and I'll never claim to know US history, but like how like the uprise against England, you know what I mean? Like that, I feel like that's happening. There's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Revolution.
Yeah. In what way though?
But you know, we can't handle a revolution right now. We would, as a society, we're crumbling enough as it is right fucking now. So a revolution would be ridiculous.
Well, that's maybe why it's crumbling, because the revolution's happening. So you may be right about that.
Sorry.
But how does that look to you? Where is the revolution happening?
Not happening, Cayman. But, and I don't say that in a comical fashion, but we'll be affected by whatever's going to happen in the U.S. Yeah. We're affected on an everyday fucking basis, you know what I mean?
Inflation. Everyone with prices going up.
I feel like we're naturally going to Bitcoin, so I'm fine with that now.
Fine with what?
That natural movement to Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be very helpful for the whole world.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What were you saying though before that? The revolution and the chaos and yeah. I mean, I think Trump is chaotic, but I think the new party that he's forming won't be.
What? What do you mean?
Trump is chaotic. He's revolutionized the Republican Party. The old Republican Party, by the way, Dick Cheney's with you guys now. So the old Republican Party doesn't exist anymore. That's not even a thing. That actually I don't think can ever come back. It's the war party. They were the major capitalists, the ones that had all the oil, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's gone now, right?
Wait, the Republicans.
Yes, the Republicans. That's, as we knew them.
That version, yes. Now Trump's changed that. That's not coming back. He's liberalized it. It's more about the common person. Yes, even though he's a billionaire, I get it. And
the Republicans didn't have tech before this election, but now tech's with them. So that's ironic, but it also makes sense.
Fair.
Yeah. So where was I going with that? It's just a liberalized Republican Party. Yeah, it's like it's stepping towards the Lincoln side of things a bit.
But don't you think that's dangerous in the context of the time that we live in right now? Like there's so much more
what
avenues for hurt.
What do you mean though?
There's so much more shit that could happen in a revolution.
Yeah. Okay.
In a negative manner.
Well, that is a problem with revolution. But it's been negative for Trump for the last 8 years or however long it's been. It's been chaotic. It's been like constant. We just have to hear about Trump every single day.
And then from now on for the next 4 fucking years.
Yes, bro. And longer, because he might be one of the great ones.
Thanks to Democrats.
They worked hard to get him elected.
Wait. Go out. The great. What? He might
be one of the great ones.
You saying that sarcastically?
No, of course not.
Okay.
If he revolutionized the whole party, which he's basically already done, that warrants some sort of consideration as to what the impact that this person had. Just forget whether he's good or not. At least impactful.
But is that a good thing, what he's doing now?
I guess history will say. History will say.
I guess, yes, I hear you. Like, people probably saying this, whatever, 200 years ago, whenever. You know what I mean? I get you.
Well, yeah, I mean, any words we say right now may sound very racist 25 years from now, or any comments or whatever.
The Office could not survive in current day media.
Exactly, and then, but you get it then.
Yeah.
You get what the spirit of MAGA.
I'll never say it. Fuck that. No.
Yeah.
I remember when we first.
I want some water too.
When we first had this conversation, I didn't know what MAGA was, and you told me you like make America great again.
I was the
boy.
one when that was.
This was like
way back in the day. You didn't know what MAGA was?
I didn't know.
And I was the one that told you.
You said it. You like make America great again, you boy.
Funny. That's funny, man. Huh? Yeah. We'll see. What do you think about the JFK thing, though? I want something substantial to come from it, man.
I just read that they're releasing MLK, Martin Luther King, and his brother. I didn't read anything beyond. I read like it now, because of the order, it now kicks in that the CIA, FBI have to prepare to release it now. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it happens, whenever, but they need to start preparing to release it.
They're going to be prevaricating or whatever the word is.
Whatever that word is, bro.
They need to get that out there. We need to find out what's going on. We want answers.
What do you think? You think the relative parts that should be known are still in that information?
Well, that's exactly. I think that's what it made it seem like. Not everything would be released, but some things would be released.
That don't make no sense. I gonna give you $1, sure, but it might not be a full $1.
It's a good point.
It might be 84 cents. So
it's like 0 or 1. Like, you're giving us something or not. Like, what's the point of giving us something when you got more questions? You know. But the problem is hold
on. Sorry, who do you think killed JFK?
The government, whatever you want to call that, whether it was the CIA or the FBI or whatever was happening.
For what reason?
Wait. Did you say Trump?
No, JFK.
Oh, JFK.
Yeah, JFK.
I think
it's the same answer.
For what reason? Just because I'm reading this book, so it's like, it's giving me giving me its point of view or whatever. But it's because he was talking peace with the communist countries. He was talking peace with Russia. He was talking peace with Fidel. So they didn't, at the time, because of the intense situation between Russia and U.S., the idea of the U.S. was it needs to be vanquished. We have to vanquish communism. And it was a legitimate fear, right? So when you have your president out there now talking peace with them, it's kind of like you're allowing it. And great, we're happy that you're that kind of guy that wants to allow it, but we can't allow that. Your military generals, them guys, they're saying, no, this can't, what's he talking about? Right?
So he had to get done.
I mean,
So there was a reason, and damn.
and that's why. I mean, who knows, right? No one's about.
No, but no, I get you. But that's probably the most logical answer, though, right?
I mean, sure, and that's the thing that Americans don't want to hear, and that's why they've had it hidden for so long, and that's why Trump really needs to, like, if it was someone in the CIA, if it was the CIA, just say it.
Yeah,
that would solve a lot of problems. That would solve a lot of problems. Yes, fingers would be pointed. Who knows what? I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like we need to have the truth. Otherwise,
it also created a lot of distrust too. That'll be the worst part.
Well, that's done. There's already distrust.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
But you know what happened today is that we were talking about the JFK assassin because, I guess, of Trump, and I saw someone make the comment that the term conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
That's when it started getting coined, after the JFK assassination.
Really?
When people started asking questions. Yeah. So, like, let's throw a label on that.
True.
And that's the part, like, I felt with the Democrats that I just got self-conscious about. They just wanted to throw labels, and then, like, you had to, like, put up the label, and you had to, like, change your profile, and then you're all black, and the Ukraine flag, and then the other flag, and it's just like, it's like labels. It's like, remember Kramer at the AIDS walk, and they wanted him to wear the ribbon? Everyone's wearing the ribbon. Kramer's like, great, I'm here for the walk. I support the cause, but I'm not wearing the ribbon. And they harassed the man.
Everybody turned on him.
Why aren't you wearing the ribbon?
Yeah.
Yo.
Took me a while to get that image back in my brain, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it was. It was like a lot of, like, labels. That's why I feel like they got so conservative, man. It's just like...
Is Kramer top 5 characters of all time? TV series characters of all time?
I mean, there's a lot of good ones. But yeah, you know...
Name your number one character. I know it's Tony Soprano.
Yeah. Yours?
Michael Scott, guy.
Definitely. Second best, if not the first. You're right. That's a great character.
I'm sorry, but Steve Carell, you are a genius.
I was watching some 40-Year-Old Virgin clips today, and that was a really good movie.
You know what he said? The pilot was a literal copy of the first episode of the UK version.
Right.
It was a literal, like, what they did, we did, just in American. I never knew that.
You not seen the UK one, or?
I've seen the UK one, but I don't remember it as much as I know the US office.
Right. I actually don't remember the first episode either. It was kind of similar. I don't think it was fully similar, but
it was only. I think it, like, I heard, like, I was just reading or just watching videos or whatever on YouTube, and people were like, yeah, it's only, like, when they said, the pilot got picked up, that's when things started to kick up. You know, like, people were like, we did the pilot, we're never going to get on. And then they got on. For how long? 9 seasons?
Yeah.
Steve Carell, for 7 seasons. This man had to play a character. Think of Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. Seinfeld is a good character.
Like Jerry Seinfeld, you mean?
Yeah. But he was just playing himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't really acting.
Yeah. He was like the support guy.
Yeah. Like,
so, but
Michael Scott is a character that Steve Carell created. Not created, but refined.
Yeah. It was a really good character.
Bro, that show had so much depth to it.
It did, and you know, I think it was underrated is just even his name, Michael Scott. Like, I don't think I've ever known another Michael Scott.
Michael Gary Scott.
Gary is great. For sure.
Could have been Michael Gareth. No, bro. Gary.
That's funny, man. Yeah. That's true, man. That, and you know, like that. Those were good shows, man. That's my
Seinfeld couldn't survive on, like, the way we know Seinfeld to be. The Office couldn't. Which other show couldn't survive now?
What shows I used to watch that were kind of like edgy like that? I don't know. Maybe even Friends. Maybe not.
Maybe.
But yeah, there you go. That's the environment that we live in, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But things are changing. Things are optimistic. People are happy about Trump. People out there.
Why do you gotta tie that back to Trump, man? Don't do that, man. That was a good memory.
You know, because we want to be able to do shows where you can do shows. You know, you don't have to worry about what people think. You know, and I think the quality of shows have dropped. You know, because a lot of it is, you know, your ideological message, which isn't really attractive to people when they're watching a movie. You know?
It's really hard to have an original idea because of we have to be mindful of the culture around us. That makes sense?
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like even like I keep coming back to the fucking Office guy.
Yeah.
Even though it was not an original idea, it was a remake or whatever, a US version. It became its own show after season 1. Even in season 1, it became its own show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What the British guy name is again?
Ricky Gervais.
I'm sorry, Ricky Gervais. Like you are brilliant, but I'm sorry. The US Office is the best version, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, the UK version only went 2 seasons. Not even. Have you?
So,
I don't think you've seen it. You got to check it out.
Damn.
You got to check it out.
I'm gonna have to.
You got to check it out.
I did watch like 2.
Bro, it's only like 9 episodes.
You'll
be done in no time.
I did watch like 2.
Which I didn't realize. I didn't realize how short. I was like, that's it.
They are short. Yeah.
There's no more. Like that's crazy because The Office did 9.
Yeah. Luther was only like I think Luther was only like 4 episodes.
I've never seen that. But
Luther?
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, BBC, yeah.
But no, the UK one is actually pretty good. You should take the time and watch it. Like it's kind of strange at first, just like the first like the US Office was at first. Yeah. I remember when I was first watching The Office, like I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, I watched like my friend was making me watch it. He's like, just watch. I was like, what? Yeah. I didn't get it because they didn't have like laugh tracks either, right? Which is what I was used to before then. So that kind of changed, and I'm like, am I supposed to be laughing? And then it took me a couple.
Oh, that's
episodes.
true. Yeah.
It took me a couple episodes before
that is true.
Started to see the humor in it.
Maybe that's why I like that so much, because it was like
some people hate laugh tracks.
No, I get it though. Yeah, I think I know why I like The Office so much. It was that because it was just first person. It was just the reactions of the person.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Did you remember the Christmas episode where Phyllis was Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And Michael came out like a little,
punk ass a little bit, like the Democrats when Trump got elected.
Yeah, like them. and and then what's his name sat on him? Kevin.
Yeah.
His he was literally dying, and you can see the people's reactions behind him were so fucking genuine. They were laughing. Like Andy had to like dip around the corner because he started to laugh. Yeah, and then they had to take Mindy Kaling out of the frame because she started to laugh.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's like some behind the scenes stuff, or?
Yeah. No. On the live, like the
on the actual thing. I'll have a look next time on that episode.
Yeah. I think it's season 6.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, because he has Santa Claus and then he turns his suit upside down so it's white.
And he's Jesus.
And he calls David. He's like, David, do you know what I'm dressed as right now? And David's like, I don't know, and I'm not gonna guess.
He's like, I'm not right now.
Shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the one episode where he was talking about the people in the office or something like that. Oh, it was just a comment of how he pretty much drove Jan to the ground with depression or some shit like that.
He drove her. What?
Oh my God! There was a comment of, I think I can get them there, or no, I pushed, what's her name to the edge as well, or something he said, man, and it was just. I'm sorry. I will find it. That's a very bad point to bring up because we can't finish it. But I'm going to find the episode and send it to you.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good ones. One of my favorite ones when he's in debt and he's on the train.
And the train stops.
No, the train not even going nowhere. Where he said, he's singing the song, "Runaway Train,
never coming back."
And then like, what's her name? Jan goes running after him. That was a nice moment for them actually, because she like went there for him, Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, but she was milking him though. She was milking him.
But at that moment in time was one of the rare times she was like, hey, we're gonna be okay,
Yeah.
But yeah. For me, one of the biggest twists at the end of any season was in the office when Ryan got the job. I didn't see that coming from a mile away.
Season
2, maybe?
3. Season 3. End of season 2, beginning of season 3.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
You like that? That's what it was.
It was the ending of season 2.
Yeah.
Where David's having the call.
Yeah.
You see Ryan having the call.
Yeah.
And then they just connected at the end.
Yeah.
And Ryan was like, "What?
We're through."
Yeah.
To Kelly. Yeah.
What?
That was great. What I loved about that was that it was, for me at least, I was completely surprised, but also it made perfect sense.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
key. Which is key.
You know, also, you know what's his name? Kevin, the guy, real guy. I think he has a podcast, a video podcast,
The
or whatever.
Baumgartner.
Yes.
Last name?
Yeah. He was. Oh, I lost that train of thought, guys. Sorry.
His podcast. What was I talking about previous to that?
I can't remember. No.
Lost it. I don't know. Maybe we can talk about Andy Bernard then.
You know, I started. You know what really got to me was his third season where he was like, what they used to call me Ace. You know, got all B's.
That season he was on point. That season, that was the best season. Yeah,
I think that was his first season in. No, was that his first season in Scranton? Yeah, I think so. Because he
it was because that was his cockiest moment. His first season. In what's the town?
Scranton.
Yeah,
Scranton,
that was his first. So he had a lot of good lines.
Yeah.
And he was like hitting on all the girls.
Yeah.
He was like, he annoyed Michael right off the bat, which is very interesting. Although their first encounter was good, but after that it just went bad.
I like how he told Pam, he was like, I've been trying to get Angela's attention all day. She's like, what have you been doing? I've moonwalked past. Like, I was like, she was like, well, that didn't work.
She's like, I can't believe that didn't work. He's like, I know. But I think that's the thing with good shows, and I think the thing with Sopranos, and I think with Seinfeld, and Seinfeld's a perfect example, and The Office. Seinfeld a perfect example because their main character, his name, Jerry, isn't even the main character, really. Like, you know, in the sense that the other characters are better. They're more developed than his.
That's why Kramer will always be top 5 for me. And Jerry just he doesn't fall off the list, but he's just not as high.
Yeah.
Kramer is a character guy. Yeah.
And then, you know, Office had great characters. You know, Andy was a great character.
Yep.
You know, even John was a great character.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, same with Sopranos, there's a bunch of good characters. So that's always like a sort of a hidden thing that, you know, good shows got to have. The variety of characters, you know. Lots of
the good writing that allows those characters to create good shows. Oh, what I was going to say was that, did you know that the people in the annex, they were the writers? The people that were in the office.
I didn't put that together, but now that you say that, because Mindy Kaling was in there, Ryan was in there a lot.
I didn't know, what's his name, HR.
Was Toby in there?
Yeah,
was that considered? He was a
Toby
writer?
is the executive producer of the show. I think so.
Okay.
That's Toby. And it never made sense to me until I think I read an article with him and his name. I was like, why do I know that name? I know it's him.
Yeah.
But then I started to see it on the opening credits.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Toby.
That's a good character.
Why does Michael hate Toby? Because he hated Toby from the get-go.
Because he's not a part of their family. He's not even a part of his family. That was good. But I think that's just the reality of it, right? Because he always stopped Michael from having the fun that Michael wanted to have. That's it. He was a part of the corporate. He was corporate HR, so he was just.
And you know what the beauty of the writing of that show was?
What?
Was that even though we got introduced to it so early, we could tell he hated him, so we knew there was a history.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant fucking writing.
Yeah, man. It was. It really was. It really was a brilliant writing. Yeah, that's my top 3. Sopranos, Seinfeld, Office. That's my top 3 at least. I know everybody has different ones, but
True Detective season 1. If we do post this, I know a lot of people will have a reaction to yes.
They will.
True Detective season 1.
Okay.
I haven't.
So it's a new show, I guess.
No, 2016.
But just watch season 1. You mean that's it? Don't watch the other
multiple seasons,
right?
I've started to watch season 2. It's okay, but I think the reason season 1 is 7 of the best episodes ever created on TV is just the way you're introduced to everything.
Huh, interesting.
True Detective.
So, I have a question for you, which I actually don't know the answer. So, have you ever seen The Wire?
A few episodes, but sparsely in between.
Right.
Yeah.
So, this show here?
But season 1.
Right.
Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. That season. I haven't. Season 2 is with the guy from the Green Book. I can't remember his name. That's what I've started to watch. I haven't gotten far into that. But season 1 was just... It's one of those shows that you can come back to it a year later and it's just as good as when you watched it. You can come back to it 10 years later and it's even better because you start to notice stuff.
Yeah, man, that's what makes the shows good, right? The repeat watching, you know.
I'm sorry, Matthew McConaughey, but that's what he should have won the Oscar for.
Yeah,
I like Dallas Buyers Club. I think
what I didn't see that.
Dallas Buyers Club was when I think it was. I'm gonna probably say this wrong. Apologies, but it was based on the true story of this guy who contracted AIDS and his fight to get like life-saving medication for it, and like what he had to go through to get to the point where that then became available in the United States or whatever. You know what I mean? I think so. It was a good movie, a really good movie. But
what do you mean it's a movie? I thought you said a season.
No, the Dallas Buyers Club. What I'm saying is like he got an Oscar for that movie, but he should have got an Oscar for True Detective. Yeah, sorry, that's what I was saying.
No worries. Woody Harrelson is in it too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Michelle Monaghan. Yeah.
I like that because I only have to watch a season.
That's it, bro. That's it. And the underlying fear, the underlying theme
is what
are the same across each season. But the scenarios, the actors, the backstory, everything's different. Yeah.
You know, you might take some time to watch The Wire, just to see.
Yeah.
Just to see how that plays out. Because the thing about The Wire is that it's kind of I don't know. I was about to say the opposite of this. Maybe it's not. But The Wire only starts to make sense when you're like on season 5. Like it's disjointed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what? Like season 2 is completely different season. Season 1 was so good in The Wire. I love season 1. And then season 2 was whole new characters and you didn't know where the hell you were. You're like, well, this is bullshit. Like, what happened to the other guys?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then season 3, then there's like, and then they started to bring them back and then they start to connect. So they sprawl over some seasons. So people really love The Wire and it was really, really good. And there was a lot of really good moments. For me, it didn't quite make the top 3. It doesn't make the top 3, but I think you might really like it, actually. You would really like it.
What about House of Cards season 1?
Good. Those were really
but
good.
Just maybe the first 2 or 3 seasons.
I agree.
The first 2 seasons.
That's as far as I got, if I'm honest. And the first episode is really good. Whenever you have a really good episode, that's your opening.
Yeah.
That's it. Just like Game of Thrones. Like that first episode of Game of Thrones was like, that's a show.
Yeah.
Like, that's a show.
Yeah. The Bloody Wedding was, I think, probably...
The Red Wedding?
The Red Wedding was a horrible fucking twist. I didn't expect coming.
That's kind of when I stopped watching, too.
Oh, okay.
I was just telling people this the other day.
It became too much, yo. I used to watch that on a bootleg channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. Memories, bro.
Bootleg channels, they're still out there. People still out there bootlegging. For like maybe $100 a year or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
So, have we exhausted our...
I think so.
our talking points?
I think so.
That was fun, man. We went from space-time, relativity, to Trump, to Seinfeld and Kramer.
The Office.
Yeah, man. I love that.
That was good. That was legit stuff. That was good.